In this video, we are going to talk about the traps to avoid if you are going to be trading news in Forex trading. The things to avoid when you are trading news in Forex. I know many people still love trading the news. I know many people who love to trade the news. This is despite many warnings by some professional traders against what trading news, because most of the time it's a quick way to lose your trading account if you happen to be on the wrong side of the market reaction to those news. But many people still enjoy trading the news. Why? Because in a short time you can actually see high volatility. You can see high volatility, high volumes in the market. And if you are correct, if you are right, if you are with the market, then you can easily make lots of cash in a short time, in a minute. Last week was NFP. In a short minute or so, you can easily double your account if you happen to be what on the right side of the market reaction. But it's hard unless you are an insider of some sort. It's usually hard to tell beforehand which direction the market is going to take when the interest rate decisions or FOMC or NFP is going to be released, or any major news for that matter. I think that's why, for example, trader funding companies like FTMO, they don't allow their traders to trade news. If you are an FTMO trader funded by FTMO, you are actually not allowed to trade the news. You are supposed to close all your trades before major news releases. But anyway, most people what still enjoy trading the news. So what are some of the traps and pitfalls to avoid when you're trading the news? By the way, if you are new on this channel, please consider subscribing so that you do not miss future videos. Go ahead and like the video. Everything that we do on this channel is for free, so the least that you can do for me is just to like the video. If you are looking to download stuff, Forex robots, indicators, books and stuff like that, there are links in the description box below. Visit those links and see if you cannot find what you are looking for. Many people also ask me about the broker that I use. Their link is in the description box below. Okay, so let's get back to our video. Traps to avoid when it comes to trading news releases for people who love to trade the news. Okay, so what you first need to understand is news releases result in short-lived volatility. It's short-lived. Many people make the mistake of basing their next trades on the news that were just released, but most of the time is just breakout opportunities that really don't change a trend. So the movement that was generated from a major news release sometimes lasts even for a few minutes and it's done. You obviously see there was some market movement, volatility, volume getting in the market, and a few minutes later, nothing. Things just die down and go back to normal. This can be just for a few minutes or to a few hours, but it often doesn't really change the long-term trend. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it really doesn't. So don't try to like base your next trading for the next days depending on the news that was released. That's why news trading, because it's short-lived, it bodes well with just scalping and day trading. News trading is not for swing traders or position traders because it really does change the long term trend. But if you are a scalper, then it's a quick way to make money. If you're a day trader, you can easily jump in and make money. But don't don't look to the news release to determine the next days, weeks, months trading. It doesn't usually change the long term trend. First tip. Second tip, you notice that there is usually a quiet before news releases. There's usually price starts dancing around in a range, and maybe there's few volatility in the markets before a major news release. It's important that during that time you don't actually try to make pre-news release trades. That is, if you're going to be trading the news 2 or 3 hours before the major news releases, try to not try and predict the market, because the prices will usually be just ranging, and you actually can get caught up in false signals, false misleading signals for a direction before the news. It usually happens with things like NFP or FOMC, and you just need to be careful. If you're going to be trading the news, rather trade after the news release. I say, if you're going to be trading the news and wanting to take a position before the news release, either you're going to depend on your luck, or you probably have a brother who knows somebody who knows about the news that's going to be released. If you don't know anybody who knows any information on the news release beforehand, everything that you're just doing is gambling. So there's going to be a quiet period before the major news release. Be careful not to be caught on the wrong side of the market due to false signals. That's another trap that you need to watch out for. Then you also notice that another trap is high spreads during major news releases. If you've traded the news, you notice the spread widens, and it's very easy to get your stop losses hit, even if you chanced and you predicted the correct direction for the news reaction. Sometimes the spread just widens and it takes you out of your trades. And many people also love to trade like where they put two pending orders in both directions, buying and selling, or selling and buying. And if you happen to put in your pending orders, sometimes your pending orders are actually triggered by the high spread before the news actually moves in a different direction. It happens. Even your stop losses, you can easily be in the correct direction, but because of the swing of the high spread pair, it actually takes out your trade at stop loss. So you need to be careful of high spreads. It's another trap at news release time. Then one thing that you probably also need to be aware of is high slippage. High slippage during news time. Another trap is high slippage. You find that, for example, you are trading Euro USD. Let's say, for argument's sake, you enter your trade at 1.3000, 1.30000 is an example. but you actually find that your order was actually filled at 1.3050, for example, like a 50 pip difference from the point where you clicked buy or you clicked sell. That's slippage, because there's a lot of movement, and sometimes these servers from the brokers are not fast enough to be able to what, to fill in all the orders. So you find that the point where you wanted to fill in your order, usually you get slippage, and it's filled at a vastly different price point. You were aiming for 1.20000. Your order suddenly gets filled at 1.25000, and you wonder what happened here. It's because of high slippage. So it's another trap that you just need to be aware of when you're trading the news. Those are the traps that you need to be aware if you're going to be trading the news. Understand that volatility is going to be short-lived, and it's not really going to change the long-term trend and movement. So don't try to like hold on to whatever the news release when you are going to be trading the markets after news releases. Just scalp it and leave it there, and understand that there's going to be a quiet period before the major news releases. Don't be caught in the wrong direction. You actually get false signals during that quiet period. Don't try to predict the news beforehand. Then understand that during the news release, there is going to be a high spread. So there is going to be a chance of, if you are trading with pending orders, you might see both pending orders, the buy and the sell, being hit because of high spread. Or your stop loss, even if you are correct, might actually be hit because of high spread. So understand that thing. The last trap, I said high slippage. Understand that the point at which you actually place buy or sell might actually be the different from the price point where your trade is actually going to be activated. It's called slippage. So those are the risks that come with trading the news. If you learned something today, and if I entertained you for the past few minutes, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe if you are not yet subscribed. Until next time, bye.